like ඕකේ අනාතරතර පාරේ අපිට ගොඩක් මෙන්න මේ වගේ ගල් වලින් තමයි ඇවිදින්න තියෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපි මෙතනින් උඩට ගියාට පස්සේ අපිට එන්න පාත් එක කියන්නේ සමහර තැන්වල අපිට එන්න පැහැදිලි පාත් එකක් නැහැ. ගැලිය අස්සෙන් තමයි එන්න තියෙන්නේ. කූඩැල්ලෝ උපරිමයටම ඉන්නවා. මොකද වැස්ස නිසා ඒන තැන් වලට පරිස්සම් වෙනවා. මොකද උඩ තුවක්කු මදිනවා.
Okay, let the journey begins. We are chasing nearly about 11 waterfalls, and mostly they could be found off the beaten track, so it'll be mostly the slippery slopes. Gotta be very careful. The place is called by villagers or known as the Gimangala. These rocky outcrops are usually, should be, full of native plants and providing epiphytic standpoints for native orchids. This area is an extremely lush and moisture-laden area, and extremely steep, as you can see. The guys are battling leeches as well, and we are reaching in a summit area, but now we have moved away from those invasive plants, the acacias, and had entered into a secondary forest with native trees. That's an orchid. Look at that, the orchid diversity excels here, and we just earlier saw on a Iruraja, a jewel orchid, and then now the chances are we might see many more. And this is a Magul Karanda, and these all have medicinal values. That's the beauty of it, and you can convert them into economic crops with economical benefits. That's the beauty of it. That's what we got to understand. We need to improve on our understanding, as well as improve on our research and development based on these traditional and modern economical knowledge. We had to wade through this fallen tree. The branches strewn everywhere, and they are dying and disintegrating as well. So stepping onto these flimsy branches that could threaten your stability as well and plunge you into a deeper hole. So you got to be very careful where you're stepping on. We have reached the first waterfall that we set out to explore, and this is the upper catchment area of this Waterfall area, and that is Samel Vatanuella. According to the folklore, someone calls Samel, or maybe it meant to be Samuel. That's how they localize the English names. I kind of like it actually, bastardization of English names as much as they bastardize our local names. Right now it's very calm and it's beautiful, and meandering through these cracks and crevices, generating a wonderful waterway called Waterfall. You could find few orchids here in this locality because of the rich moisture content happening. This is Cleistostoma peninsularis that has been flowered, and you can see some very lush seed pods. And this is Ficus deformis that is being spread all over the rocky surface. And then you can find a bulbophyllum species as well, but it's such a welcoming sight to see them here. This is one of the endemic plants in Sri Lanka. It's an impatiens species called Gull Demeter, Impatiens repens. And this occurs only in these areas and only in such conditions as well. Locally known as Nilmonarassa, a carnivore plant which is scientifically known as Utricularia moniliforme. Grows in these localities, like where the moisture or slow flowing water is available, and it grows in sync with these other plants, which inclusive of the Gull Demeter or the Impatiens repens, which is endemic to Sri Lanka. We have almost reached the Samuel Vatunualla. Our lovely host Priyanka, a nutritious breakfast packed with energy. Milk rice with onion sambal or Kiribat samaga Lunu sambal. Locally known as Kirimutti. It is said that in its full glory, when it's flowing full at the peak, like when the water is flowing in its full capacity, it looks like a pot of milk being boiled over. I don't know, I mean, I maybe have to go down there and have a good imagination to, that is what it is, that is what it is called, Kirimutti. Look at that. It looks like a deep pot being overpoured by water, or milk for that matter. That's what they say. And it looks like that. It's like one of those milk pots. Being boiled over. Yeah, you don't need that much of an imagination for that. bit of a challenging
Bag
procedure
it
here
up,
that
man.
we need to negotiate with a rope. We are planning to go down this hill so that we can get to the bottom of that waterfall. Yet another waterfall without a name. These waterfalls are so secluded from the human neighborhood, human usage. There's a beauty in this menace. Almost like the waterway is being carved. I don't know, there's a look of that here. These narrow passages are beautiful and dangerous at the same time. The place where we had the campfire and had our meals and a chit chat. The guys are still, some of the guys are still sleeping. This is where we camped last night. Breakfast. It's gonna be noodles. And Jessica is preparing the noodles. That's the most hardest part of the preparations, isn't it, Rasika? Now getting the fire going. It's not gonna be that hard. Cheers to the nature. This is the best tea that I have tasted for a long time by none other than Mal. It just started to rain, and a small drizzle has developed into a little bit of a rain, and we took off all the tents except for that tarpaulin, and in the process of getting the breakfast going, which is a instant noodle meal, and this water on this slope, rocky slope, has made it a little bit challenging for us. We have cleaned up the entire area. There's not a clue left behind, and it has been left as it has been. So it's in a bit of a slippery slope right now because of the earlier rains. Rain has subsided. We have come back to the place where we started actually. We started at the edge of the paddy field, and we walked circling this paddy field through that patch of forest, and walked all the way, hiked all the way up to see that escarpment over there. That is where that we observed Mutielle, and we went a little bit further up as well, and then the river came down all the way up to here. So we followed the river and managed to observe or see all the waterfalls that we encountered. It was a magical day.